Yo, YouTube, what up? Welcome back to Channel Adrian TV, and y'all know me as Adrian. But before we get into today's video, y'all know what y'all need to do. Subscribe to the channel, like and comment on the videos. Follow me on Rumble where I also post, and also follow my other channels, the Room 1031 channel and the Room 1031 Clips channel. And if you see anything you want me to react to, please do not hesitate to reach out on one of my social media accounts or just leave it in the comment section. And if it's a great topic or a great suggestion, I would definitely do a video on it. Now, y'all, before we get into the video, let me get a drink of water. I literally just got back from the gym because I'm running a little bit behind. So let me get this water real quick and we're going to get into the video. Okay, now as y'all seen in the title of this video, it talks about why I think most relationships are in women's frame. Now, to each his own. That could be a good thing or bad thing, but let me play this video with you real quick, video clip for y'all real quick, and I'll tell you why it kind of ties on to frame and the dynamic between men and women, and why I personally think a majority of relationships are in a woman's frame, aka women are leading the relationship or controlling the serious parts of it. So let's get into it.
Ladies, when you meet like a very strong, high quality man and he's got all his ducks in a row and he's focused, the man's got solid concentration. He's going somewhere. He's got his vision. He's got his goals straight. He's got a certain routine to his day. And you come into his life and he makes the time, whether it's small or big, doesn't matter how much time he gives you, and you expect him to compromise anything that's in his priority list of things to do that's going to get him to where he wants to be, and that is a representation of who he is and what he stands for. If you expect him to compromise even 1% and you meet a strong man, you're going to lose. And you're going to lose that man too. Because a high
100%.
quality, because like, you know me, there is no compromise.
No.
And then some people will say, oh, but it's a relationship. Like, no. Ladies, when you meet.
And I wholeheartedly agree. Now, he said some things, and y'all, I have write down my notes because sometimes when I rewatch videos, I'm like, oh, I missed that point or that point. So I got my notes, and I'm going to cover what he's talking about. Now, number one, with most men, their goals should always come first. And so y'all can understand about what I'm saying or what I mean, let me use myself. Number one, gym, going to the gym and living underneath my means so I can save money and invest. Those are my top two goals, and those are always going to come priority before anything. I'm not going to cut the gym out of my life, and I'm not going to cut living under my means, saving money so I have money saved, and also I can invest that money too to build passive income. Now, you may be saying, well, what does that have to do with frame? I know too many men who have these same type of goals to begin with, but when they start courting a girl or get into a relationship with a woman or get married, those goals go to the wayside because they have to appease more to her. Now, if you're a woman watching this, ladies, it's not your fault. It's the man's fault because he's not putting his foot down. Because, for example, if a woman says, well, you're spending too much time in the gym or you're too strict on money, I can't have fun. I'm like, you know what? That's fine. That means you're not the woman for me and I'm not the man for you. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. I'm just going to go my separate way. And that's what he meant by compromise. Because I know some people who watch this, and when they hear him say compromise, someone will say, well, a relationship is about compromise. Now, compromising between, are we going to Chili's or Applebee's? That's a compromise. But compromising me going to the gym and being smart with money versus just spending quality time with you and not being smart with money so we could be in debt, I'm not doing that. That's not a compromise. That's called stupidity. And since a majority of men don't have a backbone, or they're afraid of losing that woman by their side, aka just female attention, some men will just cave on those goals. And that's why I say a majority of men, or majority of relationships, I should say, are in women's frame. And another one of my points is, I kind of went over it with the Applebee's and Chili's. Like, it's fine to compromise, but not compromise on your goals. Now, if you're a woman watching this, will say, well, what happened if he's bad with money and I'm the good one with money? Okay, number one, woman, be honest. Do you want to be with a man who's bad with money? I'm pretty sure that 10 times out of 10, y'all are going to say no. And this is what irks me about having these conversations with women. Why are you going to argue for something that you don't even want? It doesn't make sense. So why even use that as an excuse? If you're with a man and you're better with money than he is, you should leave. I would tell my daughter the same thing. And then number three, if that man has a certain goal and those goals are more important, he can't allow your happiness to get him in the way of that. And you may be saying, what do you mean? A big thing is money. Say you want to go on vacations, but we're not making enough to go on vacations. Especially say if I'm saving my money, being smart with it, putting some money to a side, so building up a savings, and also putting some money to the side to invest in. Unless you're making a lot of money, you're not going to be able to go on trips like that. And I know a lot of men who go on trips with women and they are married. I'm like, bro, why are you going on these trips and you don't really got money like that, especially if you got children. You know what they say? Well, the wife is around saying we're not doing much, or she's not happy, or she wants to go on vacation. I'm like, well, if she understands the financial situation, she should have the maturity to be like, look, I understand we can't do that right now. And if she's not happy, but you have to succumb your own goals to make her happy, the frame of the relationship is in her frame. And you're too weak of a man that you won't leave. Because here's the thing. I have no problem with people wanting a certain lifestyle. We all have our preferences. But if her preference gets in the way of my goals, I'll say, look, you're a cool person. There's nothing wrong with you, but since me and your goals don't align, I need to step out from this relationship. And the majority of men, I know a majority of men go broke because of this reason. And that's why I say a majority of modern relationships are in a woman's frame. Because if you heard it, he said his goals aren't being compromised. And I'm the same way. And growing up and starting to understand this now, it's hard for me to hang out with men who are not like this in their relationship. When I find out is the woman controls the relationship or the frame of relationship, it shows me that that man is weak. Now, if you're a woman watching this and you're getting triggered and offended, please go to my previous video why I said women lead the majority of relationships, and I'll make sure to leave the link in the description, and you understand where I'm coming from. It's not that I'm saying that it's bad for a woman to lead the relationship. It's the fact that most women want a man to lead the relationship so they don't have to, because if they have to, that means that man is so low value, they have to what? Pick up the slack. And I'll end my last point with a story time. Now, y'all, for story time. I was in the Nike outlet and I was getting some compression shorts, and I saw a couple and I overheard them. You know how people talking, sometimes you can overhear conversations. And she was asking for certain things. And he was like, man, money is tight, but go ahead and get it. And you can tell he didn't really want to pay for it because he didn't have enough money, or the bills were so tight, or money was so tight they really couldn't afford it. But just to make her happy, he did it anyway. So go back to my number one point. Your goals should not be compromised to make her happy. Now, that's only good goals. For number one, saving money and investing, that's a good goal, not nothing stupid, y'all. So don't reach for the exception, because we all know exceptions don't make the rule. And a lot of men are in that position or situation in a relationship, and that's why I say a majority of women control their frame of a relationship. Now, to the women out there that's watching this, it's not your fault. Hey, if a man's gonna be a simp, play a simp. It's not your simp. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But y'all, let me know what y'all think. And do y'all think a majority of relationships are in a woman's frame? I would say yes, but I may be wrong. Let me know what you think. I will see y'all in the next video. Y'all remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll get with y'all later.